Good day, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all well. It is June the 9th of 2025, 4:27 p.m., coming to you from the communist shithole known as Ontario, Canada. And this is a request, this video, from one of my regular viewers. He says he wants me to do a video about the stress of starting a new job, and in his case, it is a sales job, and his issue is social anxiety, which everyone has, pretty much. Everyone has. And normally I don't have a magic bullet to fix problems. I actually have two that, when combined, are pretty much a magic bullet for this issue. One of them might surprise you. Actually, they both might surprise you. So I've had lots of jobs. I did stop working for other people many years ago. And the very last job I had, where I actually had a 9 to 5 sort of thing, working for someone else, that's where I learned this first thing I'm going to talk about. I got this job right as I got married, and my wife was super excited that I had this job, because it was an office job where I had to basically dress real nice and, look good every day, and be part of the respectable crowd, right? So she actually bought me a whole bunch of really nice clothes. And I mean nice clothes. We didn't mess around. The wage was going to be a little more than I was used to, and so we just went all out, and she dressed me real good. Turned out I was actually the best dressed person in the place. Okay. And I was nervous as can be. But when I walked in there, dressed to the nines, and I mean I spent some money in my hair, and I looked really good. First day in there, people were like, who's that? Check him out. See, he belongs on the red carpet. I was dressed real good. That made all the difference in the world, believe it or not. The confidence that gave me, just being noticed, knowing I looked good. I mean, I had a collection of ties. I never wore the same tie 2 days in a row. I'd go 2 weeks without wearing the same tie. And at nice sport jackets, and shined my shoes, and I mean, I made sure I looked as good as I could possibly look. What that did for me was reduce my anxiety to almost nothing, just because of that. And I got comments every day. It's like, man, you look awesome. You look incredible. That's the way you dress is. Other people started trying to dress nicer to keep up with me, right? I wasn't the most skilled or smartest person in the office, but I was definitely the best dressed. What a freaking difference that made. So that's number one, and I'm almost going to call that a magic bullet. If you get social anxiety, one of the things that'll eliminate it is the confidence that you'll get from being a sharp-dressed man or a sharp-dressed lady, whatever. ZZ Top was serious, man, when they said every girl crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Well, not only every girl is, your office associates will be. Everybody will be in awe of you if you do that. Now, not everybody can afford it. Actually, you can, because you can even get used clothes that look as good as what I was wearing. Whatever's in your budget, right? We actually went into a bit of debt. We took a credit card and we went a little bit wild. So not everybody can do that. I couldn't do it now. If I had a new job to go to, I wouldn't be able to do the same thing. But because we were able to do it, she talked me into it. She's like, no, we're dressing you up for this. You're going to look good. So that's number one. That will absolutely help Make sure you are dressed so good, dress for success. That will give you confidence. That will lower your social anxiety in a big way. When you see the way people look at you, and they're noticing how good you look, it makes all the difference, I'm telling you. Number 2, and this is why I miss my wife so much. She's so smart, she was. She knew how nervous I was, and she's like, this little bottle of Clary Sage. This is the one that'll probably surprise you. Clary Sage is an essential oil. Okay, you buy it in little bottles about yay big. Comes from, I think they squeeze this juice out of the roots, basically. It's a natural oil, 100% natural. And Clary Sage is one of the only substances you're around that has no toxicity. So this is not bad for you. This is good for you. Not only is it an antidepressant, it's an anti-anxiety. You can literally take this bottle, plug one nostril, and you can just inhale the fumes out of the bottle. I'm totally serious. You can inhale this stuff all day long. She's like, here, we're going to put that right in your pocket. She's like, you get nervous, you take that out. Don't necessarily let anybody see you doing it, because, I mean, don't think you're doing drugs. Don't think you're doing, like, Rush or something like that. But it's just Clary Sage. It's completely legal and completely safe, I promise you. I used that maybe the first week while I was really nervous. And boy, she was right. She was right. Magic bullet. Magic bullet. Social anxiety, pretty much gone. Every snort of that was good for an hour, at least. So that might sound funny to you, but dress real good and put a bottle of Clary Sage in your pocket. And I don't think you'll even need anything else. For me, that solved the problem 100%. And I was in this office it was called Jakes Whitford. It was an environmental engineering firm, and there was people with pens that were worth $10,000. Their pen was worth 10 grand. I'm not kidding. Like, these were elite people I was around. So that's why I was so nervous, right? I was walking into a completely different world that I'd never been in. I'd never even seen before. Didn't know how to act there. Had no clue how to even talk to people. But there was something about being dressed the way I was and having Clary Sage. I think the Clary Sage was just as valuable to me as the fancy clothes were. Well, let's go a little further. If those two things don't sound good to you, well, the very first thing you got to remember about social anxiety is everyone else has it too. So as nervous as you are and as anxious as you feel, and you're getting those anxious feelings, everybody else in the room is experiencing the same thing. The thing to remember is that some people are just better at hiding it than others. So it might look like somebody's really confident, and inside they're shaking in their shoes, man. They're shaking in their shoes just like you. Okay? Some advice about a new job: speak when spoken to, and not any other time. Don't tell anybody anything about yourself. And don't try to make friends with anybody, because other people are already plotting your demise as soon as you walk in there. Now, that might add to your social anxiety if you're thinking about that, but it's something you got to be aware of. The other employees are not there to help you, even though somebody might be trying to train you, whatever. They're not trying to help you. They don't want you to succeed. They want to succeed themselves. Always remember that. I was in a situation in Jakes Whitford with, there was 60 women in my department and me. 60 women and Jeff. That's how it was. And a couple of them even came up to me and said, "Are you insane?" I said, "Why?" Like, look around. Do you see any other guys? You're the only one. Do you know what that means? Do you know what kind of volatile environment you're in? Like, yeah. And I was. And that's why I didn't. A year and a half is all I could do. And then actually they fired me. So they fired two of us because there was too much fighting. People were trying to get me fired every 5 minutes of the day. It was terrible. So be aware of these things. But, you know, nowadays, man, they're hiring people and letting them be completely incompetent in every way, shape, and form, and they don't fire them. So, I mean, that should count for something nowadays. If I had a job now, know what I know about this DEI and stuff, this diversity, equity, and inclusion. They don't hire people on merit anymore. They hire people on the color of their skin or their sexuality. They want to hire gay people and black people. It doesn't matter if they're good at the job or not, which they might be, but they might not be too. Doesn't matter. As long as they're black or gay, it's good. So you're going to see a lot of that no matter where you go. Unless you go to a completely non-woke company, which is pretty hard to find now. I'm not sure where this person who asked for the video is going to work, but it's a sales position. So keep your Clary Sage in your pocket and make sure it's the pocket of the snazziest shirt and the snazziest sport coat, whatever. Dress to the nines. Dress as nice as they will let you dress. Okay? Maybe not a tuxedo. That might be going a little far, but just short of a tuxedo. That's what you want to dress like. Make sure you smell good. Make sure you are impeccable. Make sure you're just looking perfect. And keep your Clary Sage in your pocket. That's it. That's all it takes. Don't try to make friends. That's really all I got. But like I say, I believe these things are magic bullets. They will solve your social anxiety problem. Take you right to the top.